I'm so glad that it auto mutes me when I log in because otherwise we get to hear the random songs that I'm singing in the morning. How is everyone this fine morning?
Pretty good.
How's your walk going, Miss Nicole?
Oh, it's okay. Just started this one.
It's not as cold as it was yesterday.
No, but it's still chilly.
It is chilly. It is chilly. I will allow you the word use of chilly this morning, not freezing. It's 35 degrees, so it's not freezing.
So I have to ask you, did you really send something in email at 3:00 in the morning?
Did you get an email from me at 3:00 in the morning?
I did.
Yes, I did send you an email at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, who else is up that early like me? Or you hadn't gone to sleep yet?
Well, it was a mix of both. I woke up at about 12:30, couldn't go back to sleep, saw a bunch of communication between Renee and Melissa on our group chat. And
Yeah.
there I just couldn't go back to bed. I twisted my back up pretty bad yesterday, so I wasn't comfortable anyway. So I just went, got up, sat on the couch, pulled out my laptop, got to work, and
Yeah, I was like, I wonder if that's on auto send at a certain time. I mean, it's
nope.
funny.
Just
I get up.
Can't sleep, so I get to work and send you all something that I want you to work on. So
yeah, I sent mine back.
I appreciate you filling it out. Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
Good morning, Nicole. Good morning, Bibi. Good morning, Larry. Good morning, Samantha. Charity's on. Good morning, Miss Sarah. Hi. Yeah, like everyone just logs in slowly on Wednesdays. Like, what are we gonna get into today? I think people are starting to get scared of Wednesdays. This is not for the faint of heart.
I think you should switch it up. Can we just surprise it each week? Like it's not on Wednesday all the time. So then that way people don't chicken out.
We may have to.
I know. I think so. Cause I think this is honestly, this is the one day that I make sure that I get on. So even if I don't get the script, it sure helps to listen.
I got excited when we started doing this. So, I've gotten a lot of great feedback. We just want to bring more people to it. It's one of those things. But I want to introduce somebody. This is Bibi. Bibi's one of our new agents. She's coming on board. Hopefully today we'll get everything done.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Bibi.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Hey, welcome. So I won't be the newest new anymore?
Nope, you're not the FNG. So
you have been replaced.
Yeah, I know that feeling well. Thanks.
So a little bit about this morning, Bibi, just to go over it. This is our morning crew. We've got agents that are in our coaching program. We got agents that are in other market centers. We got agents that are in different cities that join in, jump in every day. So we get some value. Like Larry as our tech ambassador and one of our tech trainers for our market center on the east side, but jumps on the call every morning. We do a ton of stuff in this morning call. We call it scripts and tricks because we go over lines and things to say to get engagement, as well as tricks on how to get around certain objects or a little bit of coaching. So it's the morning ramp up call. And I have been told that this morning call changes people's days. I don't know why, but we want to do it. And that's Mara's beautiful little puppers. Good morning, puppers. Okay, well, without further ado, we're going to get the game on. Because right now it is What's Your Number Wednesday. It's the game show. You didn't know it was a game show, and I'm not a game show host, but it's fun for me to talk this way anyways. We're going to start with you, Samantha. What is your number? Pick a number between 1 and 36. The list is growing.
Come on, it's my first day back. Okay, the list is growing. I'm 34.
Ooh, 34.
No, 35.
I'm sorry, the judge has already picked 34 for you. You're working with a buyer, and the buyer says, you know what, Samantha, I just don't want to commit to one agent.
More about that.
Well, I know the market's hot right now, and I don't want to sign a contract and work solely with just one agent. I think it'd be better if I had a few agents working for me.
I'm glad that you mentioned the market is hot right now. So right now it's important more than ever to have a strong relationship with a single agent who really understands your needs and how you're responding to listings and can best represent you in this really hot market. Ultimately, my goal is to work extremely hard for you and get your offer accepted in a home you'll love. So why don't we try this? Let's work together exclusively. I can set this contract for 3 weeks and see how it goes in those 3 weeks. I'm hoping we'll have you in a home by then. Does that sound like a plan?
That sounds good.
All righty.
That was nice and smooth.
Oh, mic drop. Way to go.
I like it. All
Gold
right.
star.
Since Nicole was the first one to speak up after the one, Nicole, what's your number?
Oops. 3.
Number 3. Oh, I got to scroll up on the list for this one. You're working for a seller. The seller says, Nicole, this is just our first offer. Why don't we just wait before we accept anything and see what else comes in?
Miss Seller, I understand what you're saying. I think that you might have a good point, but let's evaluate this offer entirely and go through it and see all the good pros to it and go from there and see if it hits all of everything that you want it to hit. Does that sound like a plan?
Sounds good to me. Ooh, right? Here we go. Any feedback for her, guys? I wanted some feedback because I know Nicole's going to have her first listing soon. She's going to have this exact conversation, I bet.
Might need to do why they were saying that. So, yeah, what makes you say that, or what are you hoping for, or something like that? What's important?
Oh, okay.
Waiting.
Okay, good.
And I also think this is a time to educate them as to what the, what that process looks like. If you sit there and wait on an offer like that, that shows to the buyer. I mean, that's quite frankly rude, I think. And just there's a timestamp. They can wait until the time on there. They have that time, but out of common courtesy, this is people's emotions go into this, and it's one of those things that we need to be respectful, because this is a win-win for everybody that we're looking for. So I think that should also be noted after asking, why that's important.
We probably should have uncovered if that was an issue for them beforehand. You see so many listings right now that said we won't review offers until 3 days later or something after listing. So
which is a valid thing to put in there, right?
So if they're a client like that, we should put that in so that they
Absolutely,
have opportunity for multiple offers.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay.
Oh boy. Good stuff.
Yeah, I felt like she needed some parameters there. Is this, is the offer hitting the numbers that they had a conversation about prior to? It's a hot market. Do we, what's the time that offer expires per se? Is it a day? Is it 2 days? Is it 10 hours? I felt like they needed some parameters there on where the offer was compared to what they may have been looking for, but those were unknowns.
Well, do you always get all that information though, Larry?
If you have that conversation with your client up front, you're going to know if an offer hits the marks or not. How do you judge if it's hitting the marks without knowing up front what you're looking for?
Right.
Good point. Okay, good.
So I'm in my reaction, or my response is, okay, what was the conversation prior to listing the house as far as the goal for, the cost sheet? Where's your margin? What's the magic number?
And I think that goes back into what Sarah and Maura were talking about, is if you are able to express where they're at in the offering. Well, I understand that this is your first offer and you may want to hold off and get others. We often see that in the market where the seller gets one first offer and they start thinking, maybe I can get more. Based on the conversation you and I had before we listed this house, this offer satisfies every one of your desires in selling your home. What's keeping you from taking it now?
Oh, okay. So, and then just really quick time frame wise, that's like in the conversation of all the listing specifics about that to get that down. Okay.
Right. So those of you who just joined in the call, welcome to What's Your Number Wednesday. We'd love to see your pretty faces. Turn your cameras on. Let's go. Mics off and let's communicate. I need the next contestant. Who's it going to be? Boom. Amber Harvey was the first one to turn her camera on. That's an amazing hat, Miss Amber. What's your number? Pick a number between 1 and 38. Yes, the list is growing.
34.
34. The good thing is that number was chosen before, but I've already shaken up the list. 34. There aren't many listings, so right now we're just going to sell it on our own.
Oh, I'm supposed to respond. May I ask why you are thinking that?
Well, the neighbor's house next door sold for, $305,000, and they seem to get a ton of traffic, and I think it sold in like a day. So I think we're just going to put our house up on Zillow and sell it ourselves.
Do you know what it takes to sell with Zillow?
No, don't you just put it online and get an offer?
Unfortunately, it's not that easy. Are you going, just so you know, you're going to have a lot of people calling you, and then now you're in a spot to where people are going to call you, and you're going to get phone calls anywhere from 6 a.m. to possibly 11, 12 o'clock at night. So when your information is out there, it's your personal information. You're not circumventing it, pushing it back to the agent to make sure they're vetting the people that are coming into your house, number one. As far as safety is concerned, I'm not sure. Is safety a concern of yours in your household?
Absolutely.
So just be aware of the people that come in your house may not be actually looking to purchase your property. We have had things in the past where people are looking at properties not because they want to buy it, but they want to see what's inside of it. Are you comfortable with that?
Not really.
So I'm just trying to kind of make sure you understand that when you put stuff online, you're at that, what's the word I'm looking for? You may have people in your house that you don't want in your house. So me as an agent, our fiduciary right or duties is to protect you and only you, not the buyer at this point. So I would love the opportunity to list your house to make sure it is a safe and clean process.
Okay. You got me sold. I like it.
I mean, I know I got kind of because I was on the spot. I'm like, not planned.
Once we got there and they're into the light of it, I love how you created an element of like an issue. We created a sub story that I had an issue with, right? We opened a gap there, and that's the security and having people in my house that I don't want in my house, right? A huge concern for sellers. Any feedback from the group?
Well, first of all, I want to say that was really great, Amber, because quite frankly, I had never heard that angle before. And it's a really good one given current day and the amount of people that, the amount of publicity there is on people who are, looking to do things that aren't exactly right. Secondly, I want to ask the question because I'm not sure what the current or what the not current, but the number is, but isn't there the other point that's always a big one in this conversation about on average, on a national average, is a seller who does for sale by owner leaves about 10% or what's the percentage of the difference?
That's a good question.
17.
What is
there
it?
you go. 17%. So the average for sale by owner leaves 17% of what the potential value of the house is on the table.
Okay.
And
because I was
And
wondering
is
about
that
that.
because is
Go ahead.
that because somebody's not negotiating and the seller's just accepting whatever comes in?
Well, here's the background on it. Why does somebody sell their house on their own?
They want to make more money.
Because they don't want to pay an
commission.
agent
Okay, let's break it down, right? They want to save money,
money.
right? Why would somebody go buy a for sale by owner?
To pay less.
They want
Save money.
Save money.
The garage
If
sale.
you put two discount elements together, what do you have?
A garage sale.
Lower price.
Garage sale. Let me ask you this, Amber, thank you so much for telling me that you're looking to sell your house on your own. And that's a great idea. Right now, the market is hot. You can definitely do so. I would ask you, what's important about that? Right? Unroot the reason. What's important about that? Don't challenge them. Don't say, well, do you know how to do this? You can get that angle, but you don't want to break rapport. What's important about that? And find out. And you can say, well, let me ask you this. If you were to go to a garage sale and you found a Rolex, brand new in the box, had the price tag of $50,000 on it, would you pay $50,000 for that Rolex right there?
No,
Why is that?
because I would go online and find it cheaper.
There you go. So that's the thing. It's a discount, right?
Mhm.
Now, if you were in the market for a Rolex and you knew their value was $50,000 and you were prepared to pay $50,000 for one that was that valuable, and you went to the store and there was one on sale for $49,000, would you pay for it? So the perception of value is very important. When we list our houses with agents, we're doing so in a professional manner where we're engaging the community that's buying the house to give us the highest and best value for our investments. We don't want you to leave money on the table. And on average, if national standards tell us that people that sell their house on their own leave up to 17% on the table. That well more than compensates any fees you're going to pay to a real estate agent. So let's get your house listed. Let's get it sold for top dollar, and I'll take care of all the heavy lifting. Awesome. But I do like that. I like that Larry says it's coming from a different angle, creating the story of security. So awesome.
Well, that happened to my neighbor. That's
Yep.
how I kind of went there.
I like it. So it's real life experiences. Now you all can lay on it.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
So where do we get seller by owner? Is it only on Zillow or on MLS? Is there anywhere to find seller by owner?
Drive around your neighborhood, look for sale by owner signs. You can pay a service that does it. You can look at Zillow and find out who's listed their house for sale by owner.
Okay.
You go on Craigslist for that. There's tons of opportunities out there.
Zillow too.
So, all right, who's my next contestant? First one, raise your hand. Boom, Mara didn't raise her hand. You're next. You guys have to know there's a joke behind it every time.
12.
Number 12, Mara, this is a sign call. You know what? I'm wondering, I look at the house you got listed at 123 Main Street. What's the sales price?
Oh, that's a great house. Everyone's calling on that one. Would you give me just a second to look up all the info on it? What makes you be in that neighborhood today?
It's just the neighborhood we want to live in. We were driving through it, saw the sign, and it looks like a nice house.
Excellent, excellent. Okay. And while I'm looking this up, can you tell me who I'm talking to?
My name's Dan.
Hey, Dan. All right. Well, it looks like this house is around 350. Is that the range you were looking at?
Yeah, that sounds about right for this neighborhood.
Oh, great. Well, are you working with an agent to help you find the right home?
No, we just started our search.
Okay. So if you're just starting, have you guys done a pre-qualification yet?
What's that?
When we check with the lender to see how much you can afford based on your credit and your income.
Okay.
Does that sound like something you'd be open to working on?
I mean, we're just kind of thinking right now, so.
Yeah. Well, what's making you guys think you might want to move?
I heard the market was good.
Yeah, definitely. The great value right now is super low interest rates. So would love to help you with that. So are you guys renting right now?
We are.
Okay. Well, I would love to help you pay your own mortgage instead of somebody else's. So if you guys would like to see that house, I'd be happy to show it to you, but we'd also like to get a pre-qual started. We like to do that. Every seller would like to know we have pre-qualified folks coming through their homes right now. So I could put you in touch with the lender, but I'm also happy to meet you at the house at some point and take a look at it.
Okay.
Would you like to look at it today?
Sure.
Okay. I might set the appointment. I know I should probably make them come to the office first, and I've started to, make them send me their ID via photo and just say, hey, our office likes to know who I'm meeting for safety purposes. So
I love that. Guys, please adopt that in your businesses. Before you meet anybody, have them photo you a picture of their identification. Especially you females out there that are going out and showing houses on your own. I want you to take every precaution possible to make sure you're safe. If you do not feel safe and it's a part of town that you are not comfortable with, take a friend, a big, bald, hairy friend, or a dog, a big, scary dog.
I'm a big scary dog.
I'll say also known as Larry or Amber. Just saying. Big, scary dogs. Okay. I love that. Mara, good point on there. Asking good questions. Any feedback from the group?
I thought you did great. Like I said, my biggest concern was safety, but you brought that up later. So yeah, definitely.
I love the idea of asking for the photo ID, the picture of the photo ID. That's brilliant.
Well, and I even did it like a week ago with a referral that I get from Veterans Unite, because I'm like, well, I've never met these people. I should probably ask for their ID. Probably prudent. And at least I share it with my husband and I say, hey, I'm going out with these folks this afternoon or whatever.
Miss Stephanie, if you're talking, we can't hear you. I saw you raise your hand. Log out, log back in. So while she's doing that, Mara, great job on that. When you're answering questions, get a little bit more information on the client. Oh, thank you so much for calling that house. Get a ton of activity right now. What's your name? All right, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, thank you so much for the time. While I'm looking that up, would you like me to send you the brochure on that house so you can get all the interior photos as well as the information on it? Great. What email you want me to send that to? Fantastic. I'm pulling it up right now. Now, let me ask, and you went along, what drove you to that neighborhood? What was it about this house that stood out to you? Fantastic. Would you like to set up some time to get inside and look at it personally? Okay, great. If this house doesn't work for you, I'd love to be your agent to help you find the one that does. There's a ton of opportunities in that neighborhood. I've sold a few houses in that neighborhood. I've got a really good connection on what's coming up. So, tell me a little bit more about exactly what you're looking for. Fantastic. So you can see how you're building the rapport, and I've not yet given the information. Because sometimes it's like, hey, thank you so much for calling. Yeah, the house is $350. Okay, click. And then they're gone. And then they're gone. That's it, right? So
yeah, I tried to get a little bit more in before I gave him the price.
Go ahead, Miss Stephanie, you're back with us.
And you can hear me. Okay. I guess we just throw in different comments. I wanted to say I loved how, if I was Big Dan and I was listening with Mara, and that part when it's like, well, we're just kind of looking, Mara took a positive approach and said, oh, what makes you guys look? It wasn't like, oh, well, what's holding you back? Because I was ready for that kind of, and then I was like, oh, I just want, but she's just pushing me forward. So I love that. And then, but earlier on when you said, Mara, when you said to Dan, can I know who I'm talking with? And he said, hi, this is Dan. I didn't know if you had already introduced yourself, but that would have been a great place to if you had it. I'm Stephanie Rojas. And then maybe you would have gotten his last name or something like that. But no, I heard all good stuff.
Perfect. And because you're so cheery and we can finally hear you now, Stephanie, what's your number between 1 and 38?
38?
It's
creeping up. 17.
Ooh, 17. Buyer. Okay. Working with a buyer. Miss Stephanie, we love the house, but we'd like to wait before we put in an offer.
Okay. So what I'm hearing you say is that you love the house and you want to wait a little bit longer until you put in an offer, right?
Right.
Okay. So what's your favorite thing about the house? What do you not like about the house?
Well, we love the views. We love the location. And there's really not anything we don't like. We just got to make sure we got to think about it.
Yeah, we've gotta definitely harp on the positive. You're not going to find these views everywhere. And then what was the second half? You want to wait on it?
Yeah, that's it. We're just thinking about wait. We're not ready to put an offer in. We just want to wait before we put the offer in.
Yeah, no, we're here on the same team. Are we thinking to the end of the day? How long are you thinking? What's your time frame on that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we need to sleep on it.
Sure, maybe we need to sleep on it. But before we always like to say, if you sleep on it, you may not sleep in it. This could be the house for you guys, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, let's think about putting an offer. Not sure if you want me to, let me ask you, where do you want to go from here?
All right. Break script. Good job. I love that you used the line. It's a bold script. Do you want to sleep on it or do you want to sleep in it?
There you go.
Waiting right now may not be the best idea. And I got some laughter and some head nods on that one. So when it resonates with you as an agent, it will resonate with your client. Great job with that, Stephanie. What I would say is you were very high positive the entire time. That was awesome. I love that. The one thing I would say is why don't we drop an octave and put some pain on it? what I'm hearing, Stephanie, is you guys want to wait to put an offer on the house. And then you ask, what do you like about the house? What do you hate? Well, there was nothing I hated about it. Then I would have said, well, if tomorrow, if we go to put an offer on this house and we find out it's under contract, how is that going to make you feel? It anchors that, oh yeah, you're right. Because 5 or 6 deals, right? So great job. Anything else from the group? What do you got? Some feedback for?
I think you underscore the how hot the market is too. I understand that, you may not be ready to make an offer right now, but if this is truly the house of interest, this thing is probably going to have multiple offers on it because there's such a lack of inventory in the marketplace right now. It's move. If you find something you like, our advice to everybody is you need to move on it simply because here today, gone tomorrow.
Absolutely. Right. Thank you, Ezra. Appreciate the feedback. If you guys didn't hear her son talking. So.
Oh, there he goes.
All right. We got time for a couple more. Who's our next contestant? Jacob, I saw that your cat volunteered you, so thank you for joining us on What's Your Number Wednesday. What's your number between 1 and 38?
Let's do 18.
Number 18. Ooh, I like this one. Working with the seller. Jacob, I appreciate you telling us what our house is worth. Zillow told us our house was worth more.
Well, Zillow hasn't came in and saw what you guys upgraded about the house and what needs to be upgraded. And I came in, saw what needs to be upgraded and what doesn't need to be upgraded and what upgrades you guys have done. So I gave you guys a little bit more in-depth on what your house is worth.
Okay. Straight to the point. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Any feedback for him, guys?
My counter to Zillow, and I got this from firsthand experience. Zillow's, if you notice on Zillow, it says Zestimate. In other words, the word estimate. And if you read the fine print right below that, you'll see it says contact a professional real estate agent for, real determination of value. Again, the Zestimate, lastly, on a mathematical, Zestimates are derived from an average value of the entire zip code you live in. So if there are some parts of the zip code that may not have the greatest homes, and you're getting detraction in value. If you're living in a neighborhood that has a lot of high-end homes in it, then you have homes that may be in higher condition than yours, thus making it look like your house may be worth more. We have to know what your house is, and I'll give Jacob credit. Zillow doesn't see inside your house, and that's the difference.
Now that Zillow is a participating broker in Tucson, you guys got to be a little careful about how you tell it, right? Remember my joke? Remember how we used to say that the A in Zillow is for accurate? Unfortunately, I can't use that anymore. So, but being said, Jacob, I think you did a great job with that. Zillow doesn't get to see the inside and condition of your home. Now, it's a great baseline to give you some information to have this conversation with you, but then going to Larry says, Zillow even says right there in their estimate page, you need to reach out to a professional agent so that we can give you a market-specific valuation for your house.
Is that going to change though?
No, there's estimates are national.
Because they're changing?
That's estimate.
So because they're
estimate. It's a best
Oh,
guess.
okay.
I think the big thing we can hang our hat on there is that Zillow does not see the interior of your house. They only go by square footage that's on public records.
What are the
They don't
two?
know that 6 months ago you completely renovated your kitchen.
Right. What are the two things that determine price on a house?
The location.
Location and
Condition.
condition. That's it. There is nothing else that determines the price on a house other than what?
Location.
And condition. So we have to educate. Great. We got time for one more. We're going to run a little long, but I think we need to get one more. Who's it going to be?
Where's John Smith?
He jumped off. I mean, our broker jumped off. He got scared. It's okay. We'll call him out for it.
I'll ask him when I get to the office today.
There you go. All right, Robin, Sarah, Diego, who wants to do it?
I'll do it.
Letha, camera on. Let's go.
No, bedhead, camera off.
Bed face. I'm here anyways, guys. Come on.
Oh, come on, you don't have hair. It's not fair.
I do. I have lots of it.
Just not on your head.
All right. Letha, pick your number between 1 and 38.
13.
13. You guys are taking up those small elements. Letha, this is Sphere of Influence call. We're thinking about selling our house, but we just don't believe in mixing business with friendship.
Well, who else to sell your home than somebody you know and trust up front? I'm only looking out for your best interest, and I will do so more than somebody who doesn't know you personally. In fact, I have insight to your actual needs to where another agent's going to have to work for that insight.
Okay. Straight to the point. I like it. Any feedback from the group?
I would just say, hey, let's go to lunch and talk about it. You know, I know your favorite restaurant is Boom Boom, and they're like, oh yeah, let's go. That's exactly why you need to hire me, because I know what you like.
Who's going to care more
let's do
about
it.
what happens to this than me or someone you just met? So a lot of people are going to be hard pressed to mix business and friendship because they don't realize that you're going to have their best interests in mind. So let's just remind them of that. That's good stuff. Guys, I want to say thank you so much for joining us today on What's Your Number Wednesday. Great participation. I'm glad that you guys got on the call, even though some of you were 5 or 10 minutes late.
I have to take my kids to school. That's priority. Sorry.
Okay. We know we started a little bit late. It's stats day with Aaron Wilson today. So at 9 o'clock, we are having our stats class. So keep an eye out for that. Lots of great information. Links at 1kwsa.com if you don't have them in your email. Some huge, important information coming out that you want to be a part of so that you can communicate with your buyers and sellers about what the market is doing. We do not need to be marketing experts, but we do need to be what?
Experts of our market.
Experts of our market. So thank you so much for joining in, guys. Tomorrow, same time, same place, different shirts. I'll see you then.
Thank you, Dan.
Bye, guys.